Welcome back to the bubble, ladies and gentlemen, and our Ar-Âdunâim campaign on Divide and Conquer with the expanded unit roster submod. In the last episode, we took Barad Harn, which basically means that we have the foundation that we set up for in the beginning. What we wanted was all of these coastal regions so we can trade with each other, but also so that we can launch an attack on Gondor from there. We also saw that my kind of plan to use Harad seems to start falling into place as well, because Harad went in and took Amon Ethel, and that is what we wanted for them to have the land bridge to attack Gondor from land and over the Anduin River here, and hopefully the Warriors of Khand. It looks like on the map like they have this region as well, so hopefully the Warriors of Khand will stay loyal to the one true Lord of Middle-earth, and they will be assaulting Gondor from this side, which will open it up for us to attack by sea. And we have a lot of options. Gobel Tolfalas, of course, but we have cities all across the coastal regions here, so we have so many options. But I'm guessing that I would like to take Dol Amroth, because that is one of the richest settlements, I guess, for Gondor, and also I would like to take something close by. I think a great invasion requires at least 2 armies, so I would like to take 2 settlements. I'm also thinking about sending some ships with smaller armies just to lay siege to, for example, Longalen. It looks like they have pretty few troops there. So if we were to send, for example, 6 units of corsairs, we might be able to siege them down for quite some time. Might not be able to take it because the corsairs are pretty bad. But it would still be fun to try that as well, to just lay siege to a lot of different regions, and we might be able to siege them down, who knows, but that's at least our plan. And in order for us to attack Gondor, I have a shopping list of things we need. Basically, we need ballistas to be able to bring down towers, we need ships to ferry the troops, we need generals to lead the army so they don't break and riot, we need units, of course, we need a whole bunch of armies, and we also need an economy healthy enough to sustain all of this. So that is quite a list of things we need to prepare before we attack Gondor. Let's start with the generals part, because we are finally able to train a general. So there we have one that's going to be ready to start attacking. So that's good for us, but we need several more, and we currently have 1 general in each one of our settlements, so I don't think we will be getting... We don't have any generals in Gobel Mirland, so we are actually short on generals. But I don't really think we will get any post-marriages or something like that, will we? Nope, I think we're all done there, and these are all sons, and they are not close to being grown up enough yet. So it looks like we are not really going to get another general for quite some time, except the one we trained. Then we can go to the ships part. We trained a second navy, very inexperienced, but our main navy, the one we sailed to Middle-earth with, has gotten stuck because of, I guess, the docks. Because for whatever reason we cannot go where we want them to go, which is of course quite detrimental to us. Not only do they cost money here, but this is of course our strongest fleet with a pretty decent admiral as well, so that is not good for us, and I don't really know how we are supposed to move through here. If you have any tips about that, please write them down in the comments below, because I don't really know how to get past here. Can stand right there. I don't want to accidentally start attacking Gondor. We also, of course, want an alliance with Mordor. And my plan here is to send a diplomat to Mordor and ask them for an alliance in exchange for us attacking Gondor, basically. And then we will probably have to give them a whole lot of money as well. I do believe you are on your way to Mordor. Yes. You will talk to them. Hopefully we'll get an alliance. And you also saw that there are several turns until he's gonna get there. So we do have quite a lot of time. Our second diplomat is working on getting trade rights with as many relevant factions as possible. Let's call them that, because we did talk to the elves. We will not get trade rights with them or anything like that, but you will still be talking to Moria and Gundabad and Angmar, etc. Make sure we get alliances if we can, but most importantly, trading rights. Now, I think that is all we had to cover before we start moving. I have also contemplated a little bit whether I should send an army to take this little region. But the problem is, I think it's very poor, so it's going to take a long time for us to actually develop it, and Harad might already have their eye on it, so I'm not really sure if it's worth the time. We are also working quite a bit on getting spies trained, but for that we need recruitment slots, so we need meeting halls. That's why we're building that in Mirland as well as in Barad-Harn. Then we need to start thinking about military in the castles, for example, and ballistas or some infrastructure stuff in the cities. Mirland, for example, they don't even have the ability to train troops, and we haven't even gotten the leather tanner yet. So there are so many things we need and not a lot of time. We probably won't be taking any settlements in this episode. We might not even fight a battle here. It's mostly going to be about preparing for the assault on Gondor.
Ships ready.
Now, I think you can start hanging out at a port somewhere. Just need to find it over there. That's Harad. Let's just send you down here somewhere.
Yes, sir.
To scout. And then we can end the turn, because I think we are done. I also need to think about where I want to move this spy. I do like him being close to Tirethraid. You will not try to sneak in, though. But just stay outside so we keep an eye on that settlement, and hopefully Harad will move on to them quite soon. Also, this fleet, I would very much like to have it available to me. But we are done with intro. We are building everywhere. I think we are recruiting wherever we want. Well, not really. So eventually, when we start to get ready with the infrastructure, I don't want to waste too much money on army upkeep quite yet. Then we will start producing like crazy, because we have the guard barracks in 4 turns in Khaldun. Then we will be able to get the Númenórean cohort as well as the Númenórean shield guard. So we are moving towards some stronger infantry as well. Another thing we might need to consider is the conscription camp, which will allow us to train Southron Warband, Haradrim archers, Southron lancers, and pikemen. So that will give us some cavalry, some more pikes, just some more basic infantry or units. But it's also going to cost us quite a lot in public order. So it's good that we have our faction leader here. I think that is one of the few settlements that could actually hold it. It's also going to give us increase in tradable goods and building income. And as Umbar is going to be the main hub for our financial growth, it could actually be reasonable to put the conscription camp there. There are no other fun buildings we can get here. No. So, let's quick save and end the turn. Okay, this is not good for us. Ar-Âdunâim rejects the gift, which means that they are now an enemy of the Dark Lord Sauron. They have decided to ally with the elves and the free folk, in sarcastic quotation marks, of Middle-earth. The Rangers also flourish, so I doubt that Angmar, our weaker human friends up here, I really doubt that they are doing well up in this region, but eventually we will get there with the diplomat and we can take a look at what's going on. But now I would very much like to eventually even send a fleet to Ar-Âdunâim to punish them for being traitors to the Dark Lord. But now, let's go through our messages. Umbar, we got the Farasim nobles, yes. Azulzir, Corsair Lord of Umbar. That doesn't sound like you're Númenórean. Yes, you actually are Númenórean. That's great. Well supplied. Safe lands. Winning first, that's good. Severe. So he's actually a half-decent governor. If we look at the traits. Bends the truth. That's not good. Mindful of risks. Talent with numbers. That's also good for us. Healthy. Courageous. Strong at the walls. I mean, and siege expert. This is a very well-rounded general if we look at the traits. But then if we look at the symbols up here, then command is absolutely horrendous. So he might not be a good commander after all. But he might need to lead some armies down the line just because we need someone. Or I can put him to govern at Ar-Âdunâim maybe. But you are also a skilled bureaucrat and just slightly better in command. High acumen though. So, okay, I need to look at that later down the line. Faction announcements. And end of turn. We are still making money, although ever so slightly. This is all going to change when we start building a whole bunch of troops. We can recruit you because I can put you into the fort, so you won't really cost us anything. And I also need to start thinking about getting more ships. And the Dulgubalaks are the best things we have. So I would very much like to have my fleet center around them. Still building Khaldun. That is already full. That is not full quite yet. So maybe you're already free upkeep here. So we can train some troops from Khaldun and put them into the fort as well. And then eventually we are going to be able to get such strong troops here. Not the strongest, but some very decent troops. They're also free upkeep. We desperately need the meeting hall here and also the culture so that we can get more free upkeep here because of course the bulk of our force is here. After we've gotten the meeting hall, we need to grow Barad-Harn because we need to upgrade the settlement, and you can see that it already is going to take a long time for us to be able to grow it. But what I'm thinking is first of all the land clearance, and then we can go for the barracks. 8 turns. Yes. Just, there aren't enough turns. Just fortunate that I'm not at war with anyone currently, but that is still something that's going to cause us to... It's going to make everything take a little bit longer. And I also learned that it's no use sailing the fleet down to the port of Umbar because it loses a lot of movement going around this little peninsula here. You will still just hang out around here. We might want to get a new eye on the settlements. You only have a general still, that's good for us. Methrust, only a general as well. This is amazing for us. And we are done, aren't we? Training, training, training. Now we can take a look at our diplomats, make sure that they are on their way and not getting stuck anywhere.
Yes.
Thank you. Keep going down to the gates of Moranon. And do we have a quest, by the way, to talk to anyone? The Goblins of Moria. Yeah, and they actually seem to be doing quite well if they're already at Meithelberg. I want trade rights. You are only allied to Gundabad and Angmar, so I'm not going to ally with you yet. If we don't like regular humans or elves, I don't really think we respect goblins. We can respect you enough to trade our map information, though. Make a single payment of 800. I think we have 5 settlements, though. Maybe 1,000 works. It does. That works for me. And we also got another 750 gold. Now, we need to... I want to talk to Isengard as well. Maybe even Rohan. You are at a crossroads, my friend. Start going to Gundabad. Then we will be able to get both Gundabad and also Angmar, and he will be able to take a look at what's going on over here. Path is blocked. Still stable. We can see that Captain Belegorn is coming down with a force as well. What do you have in that army? A lot. of cavalry, actually. We desperately need to get some cavalry of our own, so the conscription camp might just be the way to go. We also have Tirithoros over there, and I'm just going to leave these areas to Harad and enjoy that the fact that Barad-Harn is the only settlement I have that borders Gondor currently. But I think we are already done with this turn. How time flies. Let's end this turn as well. Nothing happened in that end turn. I mean, no one's really going to attack us unless we maybe ally with the wrong people. But we are allied to Harad, and Gondor is at war with them. So we don't really know what's going to go on here. I want to go down south a little bit. I want to see a big army of Harad crossing the border towards Tirithrad. That would be great for us. War declared between Moria and Dunlendings. Dunland, what are you up to? You're actually allied to the Dunlendings. And they are enemies with Bree, Clans of Enedwaith, Kingdom of Rohan, and Goblins of Moria. It would be nice if the Clans of Enedwaith also attacked Gondor. But if they are enemies of Isengard and Dunland, maybe they won't really have the time for that. And who are you at war with? Harad, Khand, Mordor, and Isengard. I mean, Gondor is hard beset on all sides, and they're really only allied to Rohan. So if we play our cards right, we should have a pretty easy time to wipe them out. You go into the fort. And Khaldun, you can go... We need roads here, because if we had roads, we would be able to get them to that settlement in one turn. But you can start moving either way. You're gonna one of them is going to cost us some money, but I'm okay with that. That's all of our recruitment. Construction. Umbar, you got the Great Hall, which means that we now are able to get the guard barracks and the archery range for you. Númenórean marksmen. They are cool. Naru Sentinels. We have used them before, and I have not been dissatisfied with their performance yet. But if we get the guard barracks, we will of course get the Númenórean shield guard as well as the Númenórean cohort. But I think archers might be a good idea for us. A ballista maker would also be a good idea for us. But for now I'm going to start with the archery range, because a lot of my other settlements have a high focus on melee. I'm also thinking about the conscription camp, so we can get some cavalry, some half-decent cavalry at least, and it'll also make us some more money. For starters, let's get the archery range actually, so we can start training the better archers. Khaldun, you can train some Beliger footmen, and I'm thinking that maybe you should. We can also get another ship from you. I wonder if it's too risky to just send one ship to each location. It feels quite risky actually. So it would be, might need to have one Dul Gubalak together with one of the more basic ships that we have. But they do cost quite a lot. The Balukazga also cost quite a bit. So for now I'm going to wait. It doesn't take too long to train them, so let's just wait a little bit. Gobelmirlond, now you can finally train a spy and Corsair raiders. But now I need to think about what we want for you next. You are a city, so you should be making us money. A port would be a good idea. And it's a long time before we're able to grow this city, because we sacked it and destroyed both the port and the Merchant's Wharf, I think, in the same swift blow, which was not the best decision now, looking in hindsight. We need a ballista maker as well. That's one of that was on my to-do list. So let's actually get that, so we can start training some ballistas. Ballistas? I don't know. Barad-Harn, you've gotten the meeting hall. Now I want land clearance here, so we can boost the growth a little bit. We are desperately going to need it. And then I'm thinking barracks for this settlement. so we can train more troops. The culture should already be good enough at 24%, and once we have the spy, we will be able to train, or the culture will grow even faster. So that's what I'm thinking. And in this, okay, territorial guardsmen, Gondor militia, archer militia, Gondor cavalry militia. Okay, so this is a Gondorian region, and we will be able to get some form of cavalry here as well. Charge bonus 7, so I think they are as good when it comes to charging as the Harad Sauron Lancers. Yes. And of course we do need cavalry, so we can get the cycle charges or the hammer and anvil strikes. But our first goal is not to fight these battle out on the field. Our first objective is to win sieges and then hold against the defensive or counter attack that is sure to come from Gondor. So I'm thinking, oh, there are 4 regions that I would very much like to get here. Methrast is a stronghold, so we do know that. Dol Amroth is a fortress, and Ethelond is a city. So if you're just thinking about defense, then Methrast, stronghold, only a general in there. We would very much like to take that. Dol Amroth fortress, of course, the next step, and only has 3 units in it. But remember that we also need to send a horde of spies along to help with the culture growth, so we don't lose everything the second we've taken it, which is also something to keep in mind, that I can't affect the tax rates in Stronghold or Dol Amroth, so they might decide to revolt right away, because I won't really be able to send any good generals. So Stronghold or cities would feel kinda, it would be a real strength or sign of strength to take Dol Amroth. We can see the trade that's going through here. I would like to be able to take that for sure. And our forts are starting to be maxed out with units as well. Let's send you back to be retrained. Like so. Not really necessary, but might as well. And these guys, at least the Númenórean cohort, I will send... Oh, I will need to send you down to Khaldun to be retrained. I think it's going to be worth it. This fleet still can't come past, so they are just stuck. So with this ship, I think if we get to Barad-dûr, we will be able to... That will still be 1 turn, maybe 2 turns. And it will take even longer for him. So I'm going to ship this unit over to Khaldun together with some other troops that desperately need retraining. And it should be in time for the guard barracks to be built. And then all of these will basically reset, which means that I could get some more footmen as well. But I will wait on that front. And you can't train anymore. We are building everywhere. Let's make sure that I've moved my diplomats. Might have already done that. No, I had not.
Yes.
Let's see. I want to see some strong Gundabad regions up here. But probably I won't. You keep going. Still a lot of turns left until...
Yes.
Actually, have I talked to them? I think I've already gotten... I must have already gotten... Paid rights with Dorwinion. Yeah. So, now it's Mordor next for this diplomat. We also had another spy around here. Okay, Harad is actually a pretty weak garrison there. I really hope that they're able to fight back if Gondor decides to attack. Path is blocked, doesn't matter. We have started building everywhere where we want to build. And we are still making a little bit of money. 26 to 30, so yes, we are still making money, although not as much as I would want. Gobel Mirland is so poor. If we got a port here, I think the economics would grow rapidly. So I think that is going to be the next step after the ballista maker, get the port. So we can trade with Khaldun and Umbar, etc. And then we can also get the seafarers of Nindamos. So that is what we're gonna have to do. Culture is not growing as rapidly as I would want. But we will soon have a spy. That is going to change that. So, let's end this turn as well. Ened White's leader is dead. It's not going well for them. Dale prospers, so maybe Dol Guldur and Rune is on the back, is getting pushed back as well. Gundabad, yes, I'm going to talk to them. But first, I will need to see who are Dale fighting. You are only fighting Dol Guldur, right? So you're not fighting Rune yet, but you have some powerful allies, that's for sure. Interesting that they are so strong. Recruitment report, we have a spy there that's going to help the culture growth, which is amazing. So eventually we'll get some first tier troops here as well. But first, of course, we need the port. And let's see, Baradharn, you also got a spy for culture growth, and you retrained the corsairs. Great. Oh, Gondor has a fleet here. So we really need to make sure that we drop the troops or put the ships in the port so it can't be attacked. Because these are going to lay siege to our settlements as soon as we declare war on them, basically. We got more traits for our agents, that's awesome. Or it's the newly recruited, probably. Now, we need to think. First of all, I need this ship to get back to Baradhan. So we can ship some troops to be retrained. And nothing was finished build-wise. You go in there to be free upkeep. We are still making money. Feels like I should do more than I'm doing right now, to be honest. Alcaronda's faithful, yeah. They just take so long until I'm able to train them. 26 turns. 10 turns until I can get the next general. So maybe that's when I have the armies to send north. Maybe. And you cannot train anything more either. I mean, these turns are going to go really fast. We are sprinting through the seasons in order to make sure that we are ready. But it feels like we won't be ready in time for the spy to get to Mordor. But also keep in mind that they might not accept the alliance right away. Raid rights. Map information for 1,000. Perfect. Well, I still think we're gonna be fine. You go here, and we need to take a look at what's going on with Angmar. And we should also be building some more boats. So you will soon be finished. Let's get a Balukazga as well. We just need much more troops than we currently have. Of course, we will be moving units from the eastern region of Ardumir as well. Still doesn't look like Harad has actually taken this region. So if we attack that, it will set us back time-wise quite significantly. And I would also very much like to have a spy or something sent that way in order to just scout ahead. But it might make us some more money in the long run. So if we were to attack, we would have a general, those two, you two, and you. That's not really strong enough, is it? Let's see. If we train just some trash and then send them towards this region, it's going to cost us quite a bit. But I would... it has been independent for so long right now, and I need to have some more settlements to fuel the war effort along here. And as long as Harad stays loyal and Khan stays loyal, I shouldn't have to worry about that region. Problem is, it's just so gosh darn big. It's really big, so it takes a long time to move troops to and fro. But it might be a good opportunity for the general to get some experience. But keep in mind, and I just remember that if he takes that settlement, then we might need to put him there as a governor, which is not something I want. So you might have to wait. I would actually like to just send you to scout ahead. I think the settlement's over here somewhere. It's gonna take such a long time. But I'm gonna be okay with that. Now, we can retrain you. And we are building the ballista maker. Takes some time. We can get so many corsairs just to fill out the ranks, really. And we might do that in the very last moments. We might just get a bunch of corsairs to fill out the ranks. The archers still do damage. Now you are there. I've already moved my diplomats. And what is going on? Harad is over there. Pretty weak-sized army, actually. Go back here. And I would very much like to send... Can I... If I take you out, you're not a cavalry general. You won't really be able to get a lot of towers down. And plus, I think Baradhan, they do actually survive without you. So you can move there for now. Build a tower. And then move down here and get another tower and then move back up to Baradhan. As long as they're happy enough, I can have him walking around a little bit. Good. I do want a big army to send, but it doesn't look like we will have that luck. If we can just get 2 ballistas, 1 ballista in each army, and like 6 units in each army, maybe that would actually be enough. So my thought is maybe that stronghold, yeah, stronghold and the fortress, or move directly for dang it, what's the name of this one? I forgot. For this island and Methrast, and then just hold this little opening here while simultaneously trying to send some armies to lay siege to other cities. But I know that Dol Amroth will be so strong if we don't attack that. So maybe ballista to Dol Amroth together with the stronger armies, and then another army to the island, a little weaker one. Maybe that's I think that might be the plan, actually. Good. Can we get any mercenaries? We've had really bad luck when it comes to mercenaries. At least we are done here, and I've been talking for way too long, so let's end the turn. New mission. You want me to talk to the remnants of Angmar. Fortunate that I'm already on my way. Trade rights. You are rich, so you can pay 1,000 for my map information. Thank you. Not convinced. Okay. Good enough. At least if you're rich, you should be doing somewhat fine. Territories, and you compared to the Dunedain. That's the spawning pool. This is the Dunedain. Actually almost on par with them. And Ar-Âdunâim is on par with me. So I have as many territories as the Dwarves of Ar-Âdunâim. The traitors of Ar-Âdunâim, that is. Recruitment report. Now, we have gotten some more stuff. That's going to be very fun for us. Actually contemplating a ballista here, but remember that the ships take so long to move around, so I'm not really sure that it's worth the time to recruit too many troops here, but rather try to get them up here. But I have one more turn until that archery range is built, I think. And Umbar got a lot of corsairs. Khaldun, nice. This is what I'm talking about. This is how we get an army to assault with. Practice range. What is the next thing I want for you here? I think I would need a leather tanner or a ballista maker. Let's actually... Could also need some more archers. Let's get the ballista maker, so we can bring down towers. That's going to be important for us, because I don't think we are going to get the time to siege all of these settlements down. We will siege them for as long as we can, but I still think we will have to storm some of the cities. Let's get a ballista maker in Khaldun. We will start getting more of these troops, and you will be used to retrain the units that we are shipping down. You there. Actually, there were more troops I meant to ship down. Let's not train any of you yet. I'll put you on, and you, and let's actually merge. That might have been not have been good for their experience. But you and you go on the ship as well. And then we will drop them off in the next turn at Khaldun. Great. And Goblin Mirlond, you got retrains, of course, have raiders. After the ballista maker here, we desperately need some barracks here as well. And we also, of course, need... No, it was a port I wanted to have here. That's the thing. I wanted to increase the money we get from Goblin Mirlond. But once we have it attacked, we will need a sound military infrastructure. And that's where these buildings come into play. But I still think I need to go for the port first, actually. And Khaldun, yes. And we did not send any axe guards. We can train that. You can both build and recruit, I think. And I'm thinking that this is pretty far away from anything. And we need more money. So either the road... Mining network is 7 turns. And a Warlord's Hall would give us the guard barracks. So that is also a solid building to get. But the sooner we get the mining network, the sooner it's going to pay itself off. So I'm going to get the mining network. You keep going. Ugh, it's so long for you to get over there. But that works. And get the archers. Beautiful. We also got the ship here. So it's just 2 turns just getting around the peninsula. Crazy. And that is all we have built. Ar-Âdunâim. Yeah, I already got the archers. New mission. Already talked to Angmar. Look at that. We are not as rich as we once were. Desperately need to get this alliance going with Mordor soon before I'm too broke to actually offer them anything. But still, I'm not as broke as I used to be playing Elves, that's for sure. You get over here. And come on, Harad, what are you up to? Because these regions are the ones that will attack me at Barad-dûr, so I do need a sizable garrison there. Since I only have the regular town with the palisades. At least you are soon going to be ready. And you will be moving on there as well. 1, 2, 3 ships. One for Dol-Amroth and one for this little island, I think. Dol-Amroth would be fun to take as a first settlement. I don't know how it works with garrisons in this version of the game, actually. I don't really know how that works. So it might be that they get a whole bunch of garrison units, or they might not get any. They might only get it to the capital. I don't really know. But for now, we are done with yet another turn. You have already walked your steps. And I am getting really excited to start the attack. I don't think I can really end this episode until we are done or we are ready for an assault on Gondor. Well, let's end this turn. One thing I realized that I forgot was to have you build towers for visibility. So that's good. And now I would like to actually move you back to Barad-dûr. We are losing money with you not being in the field. Good. You drop them off. You move into Khaldun, where you will be retrained. And then we can train even more units. And I think the only archers we're gonna get are Corsair Raiders. They are not good enough. But I guess they're gonna have to make do. They are numbers at least. Ar-Âdunâim, you got the archers. And how's it going with this fort? Okay. So you move in there, closer to the front lines. And Khaldun got the Balukazga, so now you have a ship as well. Is this... Okay, this is the port of Khaldun, great. So that's one ship, and it's a weaker one. And I think I want this fleet to be the one attacking Dol-Amroth. So you can join up. And that's all we got there. Umbod, you got the archery range. So of course we want the Naru sentinels, the Númenórean marksmen, and the Belegated archers. And with these units, we might be ready to start moving out. Now the second building. Conscription camp. How much more money are we gonna make? Not that much. And look at this as well. They're going to absolutely hate us. From 110 to 55. But I still think in this settlement should be the one where we can actually get it. And then we are going to just max out all the troops. But remember, I also said that cavalry is not the most important thing right now. But we also get warband, archers, and pikemen. A lot of them as well. So I'm going to get the conscription camp here. It's also going to affect the trade and etc. So I'm gonna be good with that. And hopefully they will still be happy once we have built it. And we'll also see how Umbar makes more money. And Baradharm, you got the land clearance. So now, because we have 40 in culture, I will be getting... Oh, need so many of these basic buildings. I would like a barrack, actually. We are going to need that when we start marching to war. So... I think I'm gonna start with the leather tanner first, and then the barrack. I also would like to get the master... Actually, let's get the master mason's hall, just to get these things built quicker. No, I changed my mind again. Start with that, only 2 turns, and then start with the master masons. Changing my mind all of the time. Okay, this is going to be awesome to see. You have some trollman warriors, you have Southron pikemen. And what do you have in your army? Maybe I've already scouted that. Okay, so you have ballista. Ballista and cavalry. They so far still seem to have some pretty basic units in their armies, to be honest. That bodes well for us. And our fleets are starting to get ready. How's it going with your culture? 42. And we already have the Dark Sanctuary helping us out a little bit there as well. And after the Ballista Maker, we wanted the port. Great. And eventually, I think I'm just going to quick recruit a bunch of Corsairs when we are ready to move. I also need more infantry here. Maybe it should have been a better idea to go for the barracks first. Yeah. When shit hits the fan, we are going to have to be able to recruit troops. So that's the way it is. Changing my mind every second. That's all of the buildings. Yep, we still have money. It's increasing somewhat, but we are also losing. We are also spending a lot of money each turn. You will never get over there in time. I actually should have sent you. I could send you. I think it would be a lot quicker. Yep. You go back. This is redonkulous. I'm gonna do it anyway. You get over there and hopefully not get sniped or assassinated and whatnot. Good. Now we're doing that. And you get retrained in Khaldun. I'm very much looking forward to seeing this army in action once we are ready to launch the assault. Great, I think we are done on this side. Now I would like to take a look at my diplomats. I've already talked to Angmar. Maybe we can't get 1,000, but can we get 800? But because now we are starting to feel our economy dwindle a little bit. You can go over there. And then I wonder which ones over on these regions are worthy our trade rights. Enedwythe, Dunland, Isengard. I think you are next on the docket. I'm not going to trade with the Rangers with the Dunedain, because they are of course our mortal enemies, our nemesis. I'm not going to trade with them. But we can start moving down south here. Down there, down there, down there. And end the turn. Our spy is actually getting very close to Mordor, but we also need to actually get the alliance with them. Gundabad and Angmar, their alliance in tatters. That is not great for us. Because Angmar is busy with Ar-Âdunâim and with Dunedain. That's not good. But this is a little bit better. We are recruiting a bunch of units. Some of them are not free upkeep, of course, but you are pretty cheap, so I'm fine with that. We will get the superior archers. So excited about that. And after the conscription camp, I think we're just gonna max recruit everything we can get there. And then get moving, basically, with this army. Khaldun, you soon have the Ballista Maker built. Ballista Maker in Goblin Meterland. Get that right away. And then I want a port here. Barracks are, of course, going to be necessary, but port takes the same amount of time. And I think we're gonna make... This can't be accurate. I think we should be making more money with the port as well, much more than just 10 per turn. I don't think that's accurate at all. But I don't see any trade fleets. So something might have gone on. Who knows? Who knows? Now, you are building the barrack. You are building the port, getting the ballista. You are retraining troops, getting an army, get another one, and we are very soon going to be ready to move out. And I just need to think which general we are going to bring with us. It might actually be this one. You move back.
By your command.
And if possible, I would like to get some mercenaries here to bring along back west. That would be very nice indeed. So when we are ready, I think just max out on Corsair Raiders, start putting everyone onto ships, and then start sailing. But first of all, I want the alliance with Mordor.
Your orders, my lord.
You move in. Great. Can't believe we're still... Yeah, we are still making money, although we have so many units that are not free upkeep. And I also need to think more about this, but I think I'm gonna leave that decision up to you. If I get any comments on where I should hit, I will strongly consider that a lot more. But what I'm thinking right now is Dol Amroth with a stronger army, and this island that I keep forgetting the name of,
Ships ready.
Gobel Tolfalas, with the other army, because that also looks really weak. They only have Istion in there. And Dol Amroth still looks weak as well. And I would put a ballista in that army, no ballista in this one, because I don't think they will get any reinforcements. So I'm feeling a lot more safer just sieging that one down.
Fine day to sail.
Good. So I also need to think of, I think the army from Umbar and this fort. You will need the ballista from Gobel Mirland, and then sail to Dol Amroth, and then the other fleet will take... We also need the stronger units in that army. And Baradhan will need to be a defensive station, because Gondor will strike back. So many decisions to make. So many decisions. But for now, I think we are ready to end the turn. You are on your way. You are soon on your way.
As you wish.
And I wanted you to go down here.
Tomorrow's journey planned out. Stopping here.
And this is nice. They are doing exactly what we wanted them to.
Quietly.
Attack via the land bridge. Or land mass. And then they might sail over Anduin and take Pelargi and these regions. But that's fine by me. I just want this little bugger. That's gonna make us a lot of money. Grow more strength here. Maybe. We also have the ring in Minas Tirith. I don't know if it's still there though. But it was once. So then I would like to take the ring. And then give it back to Sauron. And if possible, wipe, like, attack Ar-Âdunâim as well. That would be poetic justice. Poetic justice would also be us killing the elves and killing the Dunedain and killing all kinds of factions, but we don't really have time for that. But for now, we do have time to end the turn. Now, end of turn, our coffers are starting to dwindle down with all the recruitment and all the construction. But you got the conscription camp, and we are making a lot more money here. And we are ready to just do a massive recruitment and then start sailing with this army. Now I need to think about more what I want to... We do also have time to get the leather worker and give them some better armor. That might actually be a good idea. Let's get the leather worker. It's quick. It does make us a little bit of money, and it will also make our units a lot better. We can retrain you. Khaldun, you also got a ballista maker. We do have time to train one of those. So then we will have one fleet with a ballista from Mirland, another with a ballista from Khaldun. I think that's actually going to be fairly good for us. That was all that was trained. Recruitment, yeah. You have these magnificent units right now, and soon you'll have the Naru Sentinels as well. Khaldun, you also got a lot of troops. This is going to cost us a fortune, so we actually desperately need to get moving. We have one decent army, not decent, but we are going to have one army that's going to sail out of Umbar, and I think this is pretty much going to be one full stack that's going to sail with that ship. We just need to pick up the ballista from Khaldun. Then we have the other one that's actually going to sail from Khaldun and also assisted with, I think, the reinforcements from Ar-Âdunâim, for example. But Adharn, I don't think I'm actually going to take anything from that settlement. We rather need to enforce it with more infantry. But we will have enough armies to sail onto Gondor. That is for sure. We also have units in forts everywhere. Just so many archers in this settlement. We need more infantry. We need more infantry. That's the thing, though. With the army in Khaldun, we don't have any archers. So we might actually do some switcherooing. And take some archers, leave some belly-guided footmen, for example. We will have a lot of troops to move. You, keep going. And you, keep going. You can hide anywhere, basically, can't you? No, you could not. Where is this settlement? I think it's down here somewhere. But we might still not... maybe we won't attack it anyway. Because it's so far off. Just, yeah, moving an army there is going to be 8 or 10 turns. And I'd much rather focus on Gondor, to be honest. So, we are going to be... In the next episode... If we get an alliance with Gondor, then we are going to recruit everything we can afford here, put them all on a ship, and ferry them towards Gondor. And then this fleet will take an army from Khaldun and move them towards Gobel Tolfalas. We need to drop them off on this island, and also put the navy in the docks. Because I think the Alcarondas could actually destroy our ships. They have a much better admiral as well. But for now... let's start moving you down here. And we might actually sail the ballista from Mirland down to Umbar now that we have the chance to. And it will still have to move a couple of turns. But I'm actually going to be fine with that. You can stand here. Good. I mean, I'm getting excited. We are very close to lay the siege on Gondor. Now, you can train troops. You already have. I'm actually contemplating roads here. Practice range is also going to be a good idea. It's a castle, so we actually leather tanner, duh. So we can at least give them some level of armor before we send them off to war. That's going to be good. Mirland, port, ballista. You cannot train any more troops. And Baradharn can only train the corsairs. Good. You keep moving. Get stuck. Novarak Law is still in Angmar hands. That's good for us at
Stopping
least.
here. Yes, my lord. As you wish.
And you need
I
to
shall
talk to Mordor.
continue tomorrow.
I think we're gonna be as ready as we can. We just need more infantry in this settlement.
Orders.
Because we have so many archers. That's the random unit generator. When we started the game, we got a lot of archers. I don't think the army composition is always like that.
Ships ready.
You pick up the ballista. Good. I think we're ready to end the turn. Dol Guldur's final stand. What is going on? Lorien prospers. Dol Guldur is getting a doom stack because they are getting smashed.
Yes.
Okay.
There is no glory in hiding.
They do not have a lot of units in here. I mean, I think I could take on Karagmir. It's just a village though, so it's gonna be a biatch to grow. But for now, at least we've scouted it. You can start going back to Ardumir. You get into Ardumir. Recruitment report. Yes, Umbar got the Naru. That is great. So we are going to get a lot of units in the next episode. We will start it off with a big recruitment round. And then we'll move on to Gondor after we've gotten an armor upgrade for the lads. Goblin Mirland, you got the ballista that I want on board this ship. Like so. And then you start sailing.
Yes, sir. Full sail.
And I don't know if... No, we couldn't drop it off here.
Ships
But
ready.
we will drop it off. It will walk down to Umbar.
Cannot sail there.
Or roll down to Umbar. And then we have a ballista on that ship with that army. Good. And you also retrained that ship. That's good for us. I think this is going to be good. I just hope that... okay, Harad actually got smashed at Tirethraid. They are sending another army though. But we also see this. I don't think Captain Wamfa has a chance here.
Tired of ordering your own
They are strong.
about, eh?
Not good for us. End of turn. Yeah. Our economy is not that strong anymore. You can move back here. Free upkeep. Good. Fortunately, our units are not actually that expensive. Nothing more to build. I would actually like to have one more turn to see if I can build anything more. 3 turns left on the mining network. 1 turn left on the leather worker. Yeah. I have one more turn that I'd like to play. And then we will end the episode. And the next one will be where we start attacking Gondor.
Question.
Now,
Yes, my lord.
Black Gate has been reached. That is great. I would like an alliance, and I'm willing to offer map information. First and foremost, let's just try this. Not quite something I accept. Okay. So, in the next episode, we will work on the alliance. I don't want to give them all of my money before I actually have an army ready to assault them. Gondor with. Would you look at this? Fountain Guard, those Gilead veterans. This is what's waiting for us when we declare war on Gondor, and it's going to be bloody, bloody, bloody. But they are a huge kingdom right now, huge empire, making a lot of money, getting to recruit a whole bunch of fun troops, and Harad is getting their asses whooped in this region. So we also need to hope that Varyags of Khand is doing their job. And I think I want to end the turn and do all the actions for the next turn, and then we'll end the episode. You
Your
are
orders,
moving
my
back.
lord.
Good. So let's end the turn. Here we are. You. Why can't you drop off the ballista?
Ships ready. A fine day to
Ah,
sail.
okay. Because it's just a bunch of trees, right? So it would actually have been better if we just... Okay, let's just sail you around. More time to prepare. That was weird. I really thought we would be able to drop off there. Khaldun, yes, you have the ballista. And with that, the army of Khaldun is ready. We do need archers in this army, though. But we don't have any quite yet. The leather worker. Is it worth it to actually get a practice range? Leather worker, and then upgrade the armor of the troops. Umbar. Now we should be able to retrain. Okay, we could retrain you. That's all we could retrain with the new armor. And now I'm actually contemplating the trade routes or the bazaar. Bazaar is going to help us both by land and sea. Merchants worth only by sea, I believe. And trade routes only by land. So I'm going to start with the bazaar. Because we desperately need to start thinking a little bit more about our economy. We have ignored that for quite a few turns. Leather worker, soon built. Gobelmirlond, you will soon have the port. And then you will be getting a barrack. Baradharn. You can now recruit units as well. That is great, because we are going to need that. That's for sure. A port, that's going to be blockaded immediately. We are actually going to need quite a few troops in this settlement as well, so maybe the militia garrison would be an idea. The roads are so expensive. Let's start something neutral. Let's get the Master Mason's Hall, make everything cheaper. And then we will need to start thinking a little bit about free upkeep. Construction. Umbar already started going to town there. I did think we would be able to retrain more troops, but nope, we could not. Khaldun got the leather tanner. Nothing there to retrain either. Baradhan, you got the barracks, only something to train, and that is good for us. Faction announcements. Azulzir got +1 command. That is actually really good for us. You need all of the help in command you can get. And we will have a full stack army here to march. Retinue expands. Fui Nur got cheaper construction. That's good for us. Now, you will soon get around, drop the ballista, and then sail and pick up the forces that we're gonna need. So this also means that we won't have to take any troops out of Khaldun and put them into Baradharn, because we will just recruit the infantry we need. We might take a couple of archers over here, though. You start going back. And now we come to the next issue. That we need generals for both armies. Can you move out of Khaldun? You actually can. So that answers my question. Then you, Huinur, will lead the army of Khaldun. And Azulzir will command the army from Umbar. I really wish I could have tested you a little bit more, give you some command experience. But either way, I think you will be very useful. The problem with this army is we don't really have a lot of strong infantry. We have some strong archers instead of melee infantry. We will get all of these things. And we will have a ballista, and then we'll just sail for Gondor. And I am excited. This has been infrastructural episode, where we have worked on our kingdom's preparations, investing in the infrastructure, investing in the military quite a bit. We are still making profit, but not as much as we should. The army upkeep is actually not that high. I think it was at 5.5 when we started the game, or started the campaign, when we landed in Middle-earth. But also our king's purse have decreased from 7,000 to 1,500 per turn. We're also losing some to corruption. But either way, in the next episode, we are going to get an alliance with Mordor, one way or another. And we are going to attack Gondor. So if you have any specific requests on where you would like for me to attack, it will be 2 armies. Write them down in the comments. I am going to aim for, of course, the shore region. And it would be nice to take Dol Amroth. I think it would be easier to defend, and it's somewhat weakened right now. And also this island, because that also gives us some visibility, and it will be easier to launch more attacks on these shore regions. We also, of course, need to defend Barad-dûr against the Wrath of Gondor. That is sure to follow. So, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to move... I have a diplomat to move, but I'm going to move that off screen, I guess. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, and take care. I will see you in the next one, where we will attack Gondor.